Good afternoon. I'm Cindi Howson, Chief Data and AI Strategy Officer at ThoughtSpot, an Agentic analytics platform. In the next 7 minutes, I want to describe to you a new way of working, bringing together agentic analytics and the autonomous enterprise. How many of you have heard of agentic analytics? Yes, a few. Great. It is a specific type of AI agent focused on your trusted data, and it is a building block for the autonomous enterprise. Now, in debating which scenario to take you through, I was thinking I could do hospitality because I've had a few hotel and flight interruptions of late, or CPG because you can all relate to it, or insurance because of the wicked storms that have ripped through the Midwest in the last week. So I want to paint a picture of how the industry could work with agentic analytics and the autonomous enterprise. This is an aerial image of a neighborhood. Some insurance carriers use this where they're looking at the age of the roof, they're looking at potential damage. The cost for this is increasingly going down. If you were at the startup session this morning, you might have heard some pitches from some drone companies lowering the cost. By using this data, you can look at which roofs were damaged by baseball-sized hail, or last night I was hearing about M&M-sized hail, or which had a pre-existing condition, moss on the roof. So if you think of this, a homeowner will have questions. Should I submit a claim? What will happen if I do that? Is this even covered? Will my policy rates go up? The carrier will say, well, does the policy include the coverage? Should I send an adjuster out? If I send an adjuster now with the tariffs, how much are the shingles going to cost me, or steel, or wood? And this is changing day to day. All of this includes data questions. So if you could reimagine, all of this is now manual, slow, human, can take a long time. What if we could say, let's have an AI agent, an aerial image, looking at the latest state of those roof structures. That agent then calls a data AI agent. So this could be something like ThoughtSpot Spotter that is looking up how many homeowners have a policy with roofs that are damaged. The claims agent, another agent, could preemptively say, let's pay that claim. Imagine the customer loyalty and satisfaction if you did that preemptively. And the claims agent then pays the claim. The process is automated, human in the loop, just when something goes awry, maybe fraud or what have you. The industry, I want you to think about where are you, where is your organization on this journey? And I would dare say many of you are stuck still in the past with basic visualizations, an army of data analysts where you could not hire enough data analysts to keep up with the demand of rapid fire questions. So this is where natural language query, this is a category that ThoughtSpot pioneered and patented 10 years ago. Many other vendors are adding these capabilities, mainly when GPT came on the market, but it may only work on non-trusted data, not on your data, your whole data set in the likes of Snowflake, Databricks, Redshift, Google BigQuery. So this category that I'm talking about is really structured data. I'm going to come back to this point. Where we are now is agentic. Many customers have already started on this, the likes of Chevron, for example, Lululemon, just to name a few from different industries. To get to the autonomous, you have to put these building blocks there, and you have to reimagine the potential. So where is the industry today? On the left side, it's really everyone gets a dedicated analyst. The insights are connected and pervasive, not static silos. So if you want claims and underwriting connected, if you want hotel reservations and hotel occupancy rates and travel agent bookings, it's connected, pervasive. And your business applications are finally intelligent. If you want an agent with inside ServiceNow, Salesforce, it's embedded. That's where the industry is today. If you are not there already, I'm sorry, you're a little behind because the industry is innovating fast. Where is it going? Let me take you through these 3 points. Enterprise data is boundaryless. So this is the external data. If it's multimodal, an image, or maybe it's weather data, maybe it's data coming real time from news feeds, what's actually happening. So it's combining that internal trusted data with fast-moving external semi-structured data as well. AI is now the only interface you need. I start my mornings on my phone looking at things like podcast listener data or monthly active users on our platform. You might decide you want it within Slack or within Teams or embedded, but AI is really seamless behind the scenes wherever you work. The third is that these agents power the autonomous enterprise. So this may be your agent network. It could be customer health, NPS scores, adoption trackers. But to do this, you've got to have good data. So how can you prepare? Your data and AI strategy must align to your business strategy. Otherwise, it's just tech. You cannot do AI without a solid data foundation. And when I think of how some of you are planning to bring semi-structured PDFs that might be years old on network drives, who knows which data is valid? So prepare that. Bring people along on the journey. And this is what I call WIFM. What is in it for me? You have to understand the change management. Otherwise, it's easier to replace 25-year-old tech than it is to change 25-year-old mindsets. Lastly, think big, imagine big. Imagine the whole workflow. Start small. Maybe it's just one step in that autonomous enterprise task, but then be prepared to scale fast. Thank you. I hope you'll listen to the Data Chief podcast to hear from some of these customers. Thank you.
Great talk.
Thanks.
Cindi, this sounds really great, and we're moving to autonomous.
Yes.
We've got some startups here, some young people here. Where are the key pain points at this moment that you would advise some of these entrepreneurs or innovators to focus on to expedite and to scale here?
Yeah, so I think it's bridging the world of semi-structured data and structured. So you see a lot of chatbots on PDFs or multimodal on images. But then that structured data, if we can bring those together, that requires things like security across. There are some startups. I know of only one, so I think there's opportunities here.
All right.
And then you don't get to throw away your tech debt. So migration tools to the modern or hybrid cloud, I think is another nut to crack.
Fantastic. Yeah. Hybrid cloud.
Yes.
Okay, could you explain to the audience a little bit more what that's about?
Yeah, so hybrid cloud, and interestingly, you heard from maybe some of you heard one of the panelists. Every vendor wants to sell you, if they're a cloud vendor, they're going to say move all your data to the cloud. If they're an infrastructure provider, they're going to say no, it's too expensive, repatriate it. And the answer is often in the middle. So there are technologies that will let you take some cloud data and some on-premises data in that 20-year-old data center or on that network drive that is part of your intranet, and it lets you span both. So this is where I say it's not just one cloud, it's multiple clouds and hybrid cloud. Does that answer?
Yes, perfect.
Okay.
Any questions from the audience? Nope? Okay, great. Thank you so much. That was fantastic.
Thank you. Thanks.